swift wind dipped towards Talon Mountain, He-Man and She-Ra on his back, Hunga the Harpy was watching on a view screen. Near her, Queen Angela was chained to the floor.
We have visitors,
said Hunga.
Let us prepare a surprise.
So when She-Ra and He-Man burst in and raced over to free Angela from her chains, it turned out to be Hunga the Harpy in disguise. Her force beams threw them to the floor to start with. Then she used her magic to put a cage round them. He-Man and She-Ra grinned at each other and brought their own magic into play. First, they destroyed the cage. Then they went after the Queen Harpy. She was soon tied up and gagged. They found Queen Angela and set her free.
Come on,
said He-Man.
Your daughter Glimmer wants to see you.
The rebels started to cheer and went on cheering as Queen Angela arrived. When she put her arms round her daughter Glimmer, they were both so happy they burst into tears. She-Ra turned to He-Man.
I was thinking, with Queen Angela back, the rebels will have a much better chance. I could go and see my mother and father in Eternia.
As Adam and Adora, they set off on Spirit, with Cringer loping alongside.
There's one thing, Adora,
said He-Man.
Mother and Father don't know I'm He-Man, and you mustn't tell them you're She-Ra either.
As he was speaking, two Horde troopers saw them riding by.
That's Force Captain Adora,
said one.
We must tell Hordak.
Just as Adora and Adam were going through the time gate, Hordak arrived to see Adora disappearing.
She's not going to escape me!
He howled, and transforming to his rocket shape, he went through the gate after her. On the other side of the time gate, in Castle Grayskull, the sorceress said,
Welcome back to Eternia, Princess.
Adora looked puzzled.
Princess?
You are the daughter of a king and queen, remember?
Smiled Adam. Then the sorceress raised her hands, and the little party disappeared once more, to find themselves in the royal palace of Eternia. When the king and queen realized that Adora was their long-lost daughter, they could hardly speak for joy. Even Man-at-Arms brushed away a tear as he told Teela,
She's Adam's twin sister, and she's back after all this time.
When Hordak first went through the time gate and realized he was on Eternia, he made for Skeletor's hideout in Snake Mountain. Skeletor wasn't pleased to see Hordak again, and they began a tremendous fight. Hordak called a halt first.
It's stupid to fight like this,
he said.
I'm only here to recapture Princess Adora, daughter of King Randor. Help me to get her back, and I'll leave you in peace. You don't frighten me, Hordak,
said Skeletor.
but I'll help you, if only to get rid of you.
Then he laughed wickedly.
I've just thought of a plan. Why, it'll be just like the old days,
chuckled Hordak. The villain's plan worked. The royal family was having dinner when an enormous cake was wheeled in by 3 cooks. The cooks were really Skeletor and his villains, and Hordak was inside the cake. They took everyone by surprise. Adora was captured very quickly and taken to Snake Mountain. There she faced the Time Gate with Hordak. But Skeletor's idea was different. His villains threw Hordak through the gate, and Adora was taken to the dungeons. This was her chance. Adora escaped, found her sword, and transformed to She-Ra. Fighting her way out, she met He-Man, Teela, Man-at-Arms, and Battle-Cat, who were on their way to rescue Adora.
The princess is safe,
She told them. When Snake Mountain grew quiet again, Skeletor could be heard saying feebly,
A female He-Man. This is the worst day of my life.
Back in the royal palace, Adora had sad news for the king and queen.
I'm afraid I must go back to Etheria to help against the Horde.
she said.
I will come home to you once more when my world is free.
We wish you would stay,
Said King Randor.
but we understand, and we're proud of you.
The moment Adora went through the time gate, she sensed there was trouble afoot. So she was glad to find she wasn't alone. Adam had come through the time gate behind her. They looked up to see the sky filled with Horde flyers, and with one accord, they transformed. He-Man on Battle Cat and She-Ra on Swift Wind raced to join up with the rebels. On the way, She-Ra discovered she had yet more strange powers. She was even able to ask some of the animals to help in the fight to put Queen Angela back on the throne of Bright Moon. Hordak laughed as he saw the rebels moving in to attack the castle. Within seconds, he threw planes, tanks, stun cannons, and troops into action against them. Then He-Man and She-Ra came into the fight, and Hordak's laughter stopped. Not long after that, the rebels entered Castle Bright Moon. Queen Angela was back on the throne, and Hordak and his minions were defeated. He-Man went back to Eternia, but She-Ra stayed behind. As herself, or as Adora, Etheria needed her help. And if ever extra help were needed, He-Man would return.